everyone, welcome back. Hope you all had a great new year. Now we are in 2023. The Division 2 has another year to try and impress us all, with Season 11 coming up shortly, the name of which has been confirmed by Morten Ryberg recently, which I will touch on shortly. This year will make or break this franchise, and I'm actually quietly confident Massive will deliver, and let me tell you why. Drop a like, subscribe, and let's see what we know so far. So right now then, we've come to the end of Season 10 basically, and we're all just waiting for Season 11, which is the final season for Year 4. It was confirmed on the known issues board there is a PTS due in January, an exact date yet to be confirmed, and as with every PTS, this is there for players to test the changes made by Massive and of course provide feedback. Morten reiterated this a couple of weeks ago, explaining the PTS is there to balance things. And of course, this will only be available on PC, so if you want to be involved, then you can download the game on PC and then, like me, create a new character when it goes live to have access to the PTS. So this will hopefully be available in the next 4 weeks. As I said, the known issues board confirms a January release. This is subject to change. Of course, it may come a little bit later, but the sooner the better. Now moving on to Season 11, and what do we know? Well, at this stage we know two things for sure. One, the name of the manhunt target is Stovepipe, as confirmed by the updated roadmap. And two, the name of the season is Reign of Fire. This was confirmed by Morten recently on Twitter when he said this: "If you wonder why we will change the numbering of seasons with Year 5 of the Division 2 to Year 5 Season 1, here is one reason. Season 1, Shadowtide. Season 2, Keena's Legacy. Season 3, Concealed Agenda. Season 4, End of Watch. Season 9, Hidden Alliance. Season 10, Price of Power. And Season 11, Reign of Fire." So there it is, confirmed by Morten in this tweet. Obviously, the seasons in between 4 and 9 were reruns of old seasons, which is why they were left out. And if you're wondering what Morten means here, it was previously stated that they would be moving away from stacking seasons, and instead, with each new year, the seasons will start again. So for Year 5, that's a new year, it starts with Season 1. And then if we get a Year 6, fingers crossed we do, this will start with Season 1. This is, of course, way better than just stacking season, in my opinion. I actually thought there was some significance to the changing of the season to Season 1 from Season 11, but Rogue came to the rescue in his latest video explaining why this had changed. So thank you very much. This was something I completely forgot about. I think they confirmed it some time ago. I don't think it was on the official channels. It was probably a tweet. But Rogue in his latest video, confirmed exactly why they changed. So there is no speculation into why it's gone to Season 1, which is something I'm always going to try and do. Anyway, moving on. So before we touch on the name of the season itself, it has been speculated that the castle settlement will be restored with Season 11. I'm confident the castle settlement has some involvement, as the updated roadmap uses the castle settlement as artwork for Season 11. I don't think this is a coincidence at all. Quite often you'll just see random artwork with, as part of Massive's promotion, but this to me is more than just that. If we are to restore the castle sentiment, something the community has been asking for since the inception of the game, that is pretty huge. Up to this point, we've been going to different missions, defeating manhunt targets, and then listening to some audio back at the base of operations. It's been a pretty consistent formula all the way up till Season 10 at least. We don't know if there's anything changed with Season 11, but I doubt there will be. The most recent seasons, of course, from Season 9 to Season 11, have seen some significant changes to those existing missions, which have made those missions a little bit more fresh. Certainly, the feedback from the community is good feedback on that. But if we are to restore the castle settlement, this will be a huge change for the game. How we restore the settlement, we don't yet know, but we are clearly seeing an upwards trend in significant changes to this game, and that is very exciting. That's exactly what you want to see. You want to see bigger and bigger changes over time, and That's the direction this game appears to be going in. If you go back to maybe the first year or the second year, it felt like, I think it was the end of towards the second year, obviously, when we were told that there would be no more of the Division 2. It kind of felt that way as well. I believe that's when we got the optimization station, recalibration station. I'm thinking back to maybe the Division 1. And everyone was saying, well, that's the end of the game. And Yannick actually said that wasn't, but unbeknownst to us, it was. So, and it felt like that way. It felt like it was a downwards trend. This is quite the opposite. They're doing more and more stuff with each new season. Year 5, for example, we've already seen some stuff about what's meant to be coming for Season 1, and it's a lot more than what we've had previously. So, yeah, very excited, guys. And this is probably the biggest reason why I'm excited for what's to come this year. Now, Season 11 has been promoted as the biggest and best yet. In terms of new things, I'm not quite sure that's what's being referred to here, but instead, the story is really picking up. And this is what I think the devs are mainly referring to. I suspect Season 11 will be explosive and set up Year 5 nicely. Season 11, named as Reign of Fire, could really mean anything, but just reading that title makes me think of the Cleaners, because it has fire in the title, so that makes sense. Also, the name of the Manhunt target, Stovepipe, it more or less fits a cleaner title more so than any of the other factions in the game. I could, of course, be wrong with that. It might simply mean, the boss, Natalia Sokolova, or is she? We don't know, is about to bring the fireworks. Either way, the title has me excited, as it suggests something big is coming, and that would fit all of the information that we have about the season so far. Year 5 is due to drop in the spring of 2023. That will likely be pushed back. I imagine, at the moment they said spring, that could be spread over a number of months. So we'll have to wait and see. I suspect it will come more towards the end of spring. But, the sooner the better, because there is going to be a bit of a gap, obviously, between the end of Season 11 and then when we get the Year 5 stuff. But yeah, that's meant to drop in spring of 2023. And as I said, with this upwards projection that I'm seeing at the moment in content and changes, if that's to hold out, Year 5 could be the biggest year that we've had yet. And that is very exciting. 2023 could be the best year for the Division 2. And I'm pretty confident in the team. You guys will have to let me know what you think about, what your predictions are for Season 11 in Year 5 in the comments down below. I do feel as though whilst communication isn't always the best with this game, and sometimes you get real great moments of communication, and other times you don't get that communication. The known issues board has been a huge difference. I think just being able to see what changes, or at least the priority changes the devs are working on, has been huge. We do know as well that for this year, PvP is going to be something that's on the minds of Massive, and I think that's really, really important, because as I've said in a previous video, I think PvP is important to this game. Now, of course, the Division Heartland is coming out at some point this year. We also have the Division Resurgence, which is the mobile game, which I can safely say, after playing it for some time, is a really, really great game. I wish it was on console or on PC, even if it had the graphics of the mobile, which are actually really good for a mobile game. I would happily spend most of my time playing that game, because it's kind of a mixture of the Division 1 and the Division 2. There are things in that game that we don't have in this game, which I wish we did. The way that you can almost level up a clan vendor, you have clan bases, and you can level up those clan bases. You can restore those clan bases the way that we did with other places in the Division 2. That's not something we have in the Division 2. So it's a real nice hybrid between Division 1 and the Division 2. I think overall the Division universe is looking pretty strong for Year 3. The Division movie, again, is something that is still in the pipeline, although it may or may not have been pushed back a bit as well. So there's a lot coming, but more than anything, I think I'm excited for 2023 for the Division 2. I think the devs have a lot worked out. Obviously, we've got the new Descent mode, which is coming with Year 5. It did get pushed back to Year 5, and I'm happy with that, because that's something that will likely need a lot of work. And we've also got the specialization revamp, which, guys, I'll be honest with you, that's one thing that I'm a little bit surprised it's taken so long. I mean, I'm not surprised, because there's going to be a lot of balancing in there, and I really feel like if they don't get the balancing right, they're going to break the game, so I understand. But this was This was something they talked about a long time ago, and it's been pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, and we don't yet know if this is coming with Season 1 of Year 5. I hope it does, but I wouldn't be surprised if it comes later than that. All I know is there is a lot going on in the Division 2. There is a lot going in the background for this game, and I'm expecting Year 5 to bring a lot to the Division franchise. More than any other season has ever done. We do know the team working on the Division 2 now are at full capacity. And that, again, along with all the other stuff I've talked about in this game, has me excited for the future of this game, and in particular, this year. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. Until the next one, Epic out.